All right, welcome everybody to the stream tonight. Today, first part of this video, we're going to be going over how to use microgreens, the top 5 ways, with a little bonus at the end. And Jessica did this presentation, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into that now, and then we'll do some Q&A after and talk about some other things. So let's get going.
Jessica here with Itty Bitty Micro Farm, and today we are going to go over microgreens, how to use them. So we get asked this a lot, especially at farmers markets. When you ask somebody, hey, have you tried microgreens before? A lot of the times they don't know how to use them. So even our customers who are ordering on a regular basis, if they start ordering a little less, a lot of the times it's because they've run out of ideas of different ways that they want to use them. So we always try to remind people and let them know about the 5 S's. So the 5 S's we're going to go over today are soup, salad, sandwich, smoothie, and stir fry. So these 5 S's are a great start for teaching people how they can use their microgreens in everyday dishes. So we'll start out with soups. That includes stew, bisque, ramen. We love adding radish and leeks to our ramen. Super great way to add a really good kick of flavor. We do broccoli microgreens in our broccoli cheese soup. It adds a nice crisp, fresh flavor to a broccoli cheese soup. If you want to add a spicy salad mix or even arugula to butternut squash and apple bisque, really, really great flavor pairing there. So they're a really great and easy way to add flavor and nutrition to any of your soups and stews. Now, salads. A lot of people should be eating a lot more salads, but let's face it, they can get pretty boring. You can use your sunflowers and sweet peas as a salad base itself, skip the lettuce altogether, and really add a ton of flavor and nutrition to your diet. So we suggest anyone adds sunflowers for that sweet crunch and kick of protein in any salad. We sell a salad booster. It is sunflowers with broccoli and kale. Really great flavor addition and nutrition boost to any salad. We also add radishes with any of our vinaigrette-based salads. So they add a ton of flavor, just enough kick, and they're so easy because there's no slicing or prepping. You can just toss them in the salad. We do tomato cucumber salad with an Italian dressing. So it's just tomatoes and cucumbers diced up with some Italian dressing, and you throw some diced popcorn in there. You add a sweet crunch to it, really great flavor. So these are all really great ways to eat them as a salad or as an ingredient to salads. All right, and sandwiches. Sandwiches are a given. We love sandwiches. It's an easy way to add microgreens in. You just replace your lettuce with any of the microgreens you prefer, but we usually use broccoli or kale. Nice neutral flavors. They take on any flavor you want it to take on. But if you want to really kick it up a notch, you can add like a radish, micro mix, leeks. Really great ways to add great flavor and nutrition to a sandwich. Leeks are our favorite for bagels or toast. We throw some cream cheese or avocado on there. Really great, easy, quick breakfast. We do a lot of wraps at our house, and wraps are easy because you can just replace that lettuce with broccoli microgreens or kale. Super easy way to add those in. Micro arugula and micro mix, which is a spicy salad mix from Seedleaf. Really great flavor for burgers or any proteins. If you do like pulled pork, any of those proteins, you can add a really great kick to them. Smoothies. Smoothies are another easy one. Easy breakfast or easy post-workout, anything like that. You can throw broccoli, kale, sunflowers, and peas. Those are the main ones we use just because they have a nice neutral flavor. You don't really want to use a spicy one like an arugula or a mustard. Those ones aren't really as easily absorbed into a smoothie by flavor. But if you pair buckwheat with a strawberry smoothie, super duper great, or even sunflowers if you're looking to get a little more protein in your diet. We use the beets in our smoothie bowls a lot. We'll throw a little bit of bull's blood beet in there. Really, really great way to get some color and flavor in there as well. And then we're looking at stir fries. Stir fry is one of my favorites. So stir fry is super versatile in any Asian inspired dish. We put sweet peas and sunflowers in almost any stir fry or fried rice. Peas and sunflowers both stir fry really, really well. You just add them a little bit closer to the end so they don't wilt in or anything. You just want to really give them a nice crisp flavor. Anything with a rice dish, you can throw some broccoli microgreens in there and really add some nutrition and some flavor and crispness to a rice dish. But any kind of rice dish, though, can really take on microgreens very easily. Lots of nutrition that way, lots of flavor. Radishes and mustards are just enough heat to add to like a spring roll. Just wrap those up with your veggie spring rolls. Really, really great flavor with those. Another section that we didn't cover in the 5S's is pastas. If you do eat pastas, super easy way to add those into your diet. So we'll throw broccoli microgreens into our fettuccine alfredo. If we do mac and cheese, spaghetti even, anything the kids really enjoy, you can put those broccoli microgreens in there. They're not able to pick them out, which is even better. And really, it doesn't change the flavor profile of the food itself. It's barely noticeable by the kids and really, really great flavor. So these are the 5 S's of microgreens. We do incorporate these into our diet on an everyday basis. So really easy ways to tell people, hey, if you're not using enough microgreens, definitely add them to your soup, salad, sandwich, smoothie, or stir fry. Thanks for listening, guys. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and then stay tuned for our live session with Mike.
All right. Thanks, Jessica, for going over the 5 S's of microgreens and how to use them. Obviously, there is a ton of different ways to use microgreens, but them are the main ones, and they're ones we talk about with everybody that's new to microgreens or not. They've never known how to use them exactly. So that's the ways we do them. We are now going to get into our Q&A session. But before we get into that, I want to let you know who our sponsor is today of this video. And it is Itty Bitty Microgreens Business Coaching Program, which is coming up. Starting that program on May 1st. That will be starting. And right now we do have some slots left for the first 25. I think we have like 10 slots left at the $19.95 a month or the $179.95 for the year. If you want to just lock that price in for the year. When you get these prices, these will be the prices you're locked into for life. These prices will go up. This is an initial offer. And to help everybody else out that's been on the streams and been following us and getting us to the subscriber counts. We are just over 700 subscribers now, so I thank you guys for that. And everybody who has subscribed and watched our stuff, we appreciate that. On our road to 1,000, which is our goal right now to hit that hopefully by June. So again, do appreciate that. But that is the sponsor of this video today. So yeah, let's get into any questions you guys might have. And we'll hit the road running here. Do have our new Amberith behind us that just came out of germination yesterday, late last night actually. So it's still the tops are redding up, but the stems will get red as it goes through and gets light. You ready? It's a beautiful crop. Looks beautiful. I don't know what GL is. Nice. Thank you. Thank Dan. Thanks, Ricky. And welcome everybody to the stream that's here. If you're new, let me know that you're new showing up. I think most of you I have seen on here. I think Dan has watched all our stuff, but he's first time making it to the live. So welcome, Dan. Did our deliveries today. Got out there. A lot of grocery stores. And one more deliveries this week we'll be doing. We harvested a lot of trays. I lost count. It was a late night last night because we had a track meet to go to. The great thing about owning your own business, you can decide when to do things, not to do things. It made a late night, but we make all of our kids' events, so that's more valuable and less sleep. We'll get sleep later. So, farmers market season is right around the corner, literally. We have one coming up. It's the last winter market. Should call it late spring market or early spring market, but this Saturday, and then they really kick in the beginning of May. We have two that start the beginning of May, and then the majority of them start the third week of May, and then really kick in June. So, is everybody prepared for market season that's going to markets? Are you going to markets? Are you not? Are you just focusing on home deliveries, grocery stores? What are you looking for? Put questions up for me, or comments or anything. Dan, I'm about to have my first of 2 official contracts with restaurants. Awesome. Congratulations, Dan. Both should be on a regular weekly orders with no changes in whatever they get. Anything I should be looking out for? If they're giving you, are they signing a contract or is it a handshake agreement? Be curious of that. We pretty much just do handshake agreements with them. Make sure that look out for menu changes. A lot of chefs like to change their menus for spring, summer, fall, winter. So about them times when you know they're coming up, kind of ask the chef again, hey, is your menu going to change? What are you looking for? What microgreens are going to be looking for? Try to stay ahead of the game with them because sometimes they forget about the order they need to change on what microgreens they might be getting from you. Other than that, chefs are pretty good at locked in and keep growing your business with them. We keep on adding on more and more dollar values with our chefs as we go along. Does adding microgreens to cooking diminish the nutrients? Not really. You don't want to overcook them. When you're putting them into like a pasta dish, you're going to put them into the very end. And so that way they just wilt into it. So they've got a lot of nutrients. If you overcook them, obviously you're going to cook all the nutrients out of them. So you don't want to cook with them. You're kind of ratting them at the end, toppers with that. So you're not going to overcook them if you just wilt them in at the very end, like with pasta dishes and stuff like that, and stir fries. Stir fries, you're going to get them a little bit more. Mainly in the stir fries, we use peas because they hold up a lot better. But yeah, just don't. You don't want to start them at the beginning of the dish because you're going to cook all the nutrients out of them then. We added one new restaurant last week. First delivery was this week, and he's already upped his order by 3 times, tripled his order for next week. And at the volume we're at, we can kind of add that in just because of the amount of trays we're growing already. So that's not hard to make a change on a chef for that. We had another contact today for that. Grocery store contacts are going well. Just keep hitting it hard. Keep getting in front of the people and asking them if you can have their business. They're out there. So I really like the microgreens and the sandwiches. The wraps mainly is what we eat. Is the wraps. Bonus thing that I really like on the occasions that I do have ice cream, I do add sunflowers to my ice cream, and they crisp up nice. Really good in butter pecan ice cream. Adds in there beautifully. Nice little crunch with it. Dan came up with a special salad mix for one restaurant. They are very receptive, and we're talking pounds. Awesome. It's nice when you talk pounds with them. We mainly talk ounces with our chefs, so pounds are awesome. And that's going to be a weekly pound deliveries for them? Or is that every 2 weeks, or what is that for you? Greens are perfect on quiche. Yeah, I could. Yepers every week. I'm assuming. Awesome, Dan. That's an amazing start, man. Very happy for you. When you get them weekly recurring business and keeping track of that, we use Seedleaf. Great program for us. If nobody's checked that out, check that out. We do have an affiliate link with that as well. You can check that out for sure. Yep. Dan says he got some help. Thank you, Dan. We did do a consult with Dan here recently. Was helping him out. I'm glad we can help him out in any little way that we can and add value to his business. So if anybody wants to check that out, we still do have the business consulting. It is still at $67, normal price $97. So you can check that out. So Dan just got Seedleaf tested out. Seems pretty great once you get it all set up. Yep. I am going to be doing a detailed video here soon on how to set up Seedleaf and the new updates that they've have on it and stuff. So be on the lookout for that video if anybody's looking at it. I did help somebody last night over Discord while I was harvesting on how to set up his Seedleaf. So I thought it would be a good idea if he's asking. Some other people might have questions about it. And go more in depth with it, exactly how to set it up as a brand new person getting on Seedleaf. So I will be doing that. If nobody's seen it, it's there. When you deliver your wheat gas to grocery stores, do you leave them in your 10 by 20 flats? We had a manager order a full tray of 5x5s, but didn't want to risk losing the bottom tray. We do deliver it in the full trays. We do ask them to make sure they keep it. We have lost 2 trays, and mainly because one customer came and just was taking the microgreens right off the shelf and taking the whole flat she was buying. So we figured out that was the issue with them, and now we bring and we set them in the back for her. So she's got a standing order now that she orders 8 from them every week. When we deliver it, she shows up on our delivery day. And she takes them and they put them in a box for her, and they're good to go. So we don't lose a tray, hopefully. Yeah, but we did lose 2. Can you purchase it now? Are you talking about the business coaching program, Ricky? We will be. We're getting the final back end stuff set up on that. If you're talking about the business coaching, but we do have the link for that. Business coaching, the sheet to fill out if they're interested. Talking to my producer, sorry guys. And we will be, hopefully that will be finalized setting up the back end of it later this week is kind of the plan, but that's just the technical issues of it, the back end of it all. But it will definitely be available for purchase here very, very soon. So, yep, you guys can definitely check that out. There's the link for you in the chat, in the comments there. Like I said, we got only 10 spots left at that price that are interested. Obviously, nobody's paid yet, but them are the first 10, and they're going to have the first opportunity to get in that program. And we will have that up and rolling on May 1st would be the first initial videos. Yep, Ricky, I got you in there, buddy. We got you. Yep, we have over 10 people are already signed up and ready to roll on that. So, but I definitely love the Seedleaf program. Just lets me know what I'm doing on a daily basis, what we need to undercover today. This harvest was actually done yesterday. It's just we had to put it on today because I need to know how many trays because we had a special event come up. So I had to actually harvest that today. So, but we had a special event come up that we forgot about, and we wanted to make sure we had the harvest in there so we knew how many trays to add and where we were at with that. So, but yeah. And then you can just go into the next day. You can see ahead what we're going to be doing tomorrow as soon as the spinny ball stops. So nothing to soak, but we do have, this is for our garden. That's all the stuff there. That's not for microgreens. We've kind of put our garden stuff in here as well. We can also talk about the market garden. If you guys want to talk about that and get things planted in it now. But that's what that's for there. So. No. Veronica, do you use the same labels on your wheatgrass that you use for your microgreens? We bought them, but they don't hold up as well when they get wet. We do. We label. What? Oh. Oh yeah. Well, okay. I thought you were talking about putting them on them day ahead. Okay. No. So with the wheatgrass, we will label them like the night before, or we print them the night before. The labels the day before. We print all the labels so that way the ink and anything on it has the time to dry on them. And then we water the lettuce before the lettuce. We water the wheatgrass before we send it out. Then we wait an hour or two, water it in the morning, and then label a little bit after that. After the microgreens, the wheatgrass has dried and you ain't got that on there. So you wipe off the side of the thing and then you put the label on. And we cut our label in half. The 2x4, or the 3x4 label, we cut in half. Let me remove this. Get a bigger screen for you. So this is one label here for our microgreens. This is the full like we use on the packaging. So then we print it in half. So we print 2 per, and then we just use a paper cutter to cut it in half. This is actually, she cuts the top half so that way these peel off. So you cut the first one, and then you cut 2 down, and then that way you have them separated so they peel off really nice. But yeah, they work well as long as you just let them dry for a day. So just print them up in advance. I actually print all our labels up on Sunday. All the labels get printed on Sunday, and then we harvest on Monday and label everything, wheatgrass, everything included. So then it's ready to go for the next day for delivery. Yep. Definitely, Dan. It's going to be a good program. It's going to be a lot of the business end stuff that the back end, how to run a business, and going to be live Q&As with just the members in a private group. So every week. Dan, I do the ability to do mixes is great in Seedleaf. Yes, takes the guesswork out of it. It is. So like Dan's talking about, if you got a product here, let me add that to the stream. If you got a product, you just go to add products and you can name it mixes, mix. Just add a mix. And then you can just add blend to it. So however many things you put in there, you got 4 things, 5 things, whatever you want to do, and just put the percentage of it in there that you're doing of it. And then it's going to tell you what you need to grow for that mix as well within everything else. So having the mixes in there is amazing. A lot of programs don't have that. It is great. We're consulting be at the same time of your day of your live Q&A. Nope. We do consulting one-on-one, and there's times on that. You can find them if you log on to that link. You can find out the times that we have available for that. They do change at times because we have events coming up and stuff. So make sure you lock your time in if you want to do that. But no, they're not during this time frame. And then the Q&A stuff for the business coaching will be on a different date. We're probably looking at the live Q&A will be for the business coaching members will be probably on a Thursday. Is kind of what we're looking at this point. And that may change with the market season, but I'm hoping to keep it on that Thursday. So no, everything's going to be different times. We'll be very busy with all of it, but we're happy to help everybody grow a successful microgreen business and make 2022 the best year of microgreen business and get everybody out there selling and getting these things out there to everybody. Yes, Chris at Seedleaf is very responsive. We had a problem like at 10 o'clock at night as we were going to bed. I was just looking what the next day was, and I was like, there's nothing on there. I have no task. I do not know what I'm doing tomorrow, harvesting or anything like that, because we totally don't have spreadsheets going anymore. Totally involved in Seedleaf at this point. And by midnight, I got a message went off, heard my phone, looked at it, and he had the problem fixed. So for somebody to be on it at night like that is amazing. He's very, very responsible. Veronica, do you or have you ever put informational sheets in front of your products at grocery stores? We've been asked to do that. We had a sheet about us. It was about farmers, who we are, and stuff like that. But never a informational sheet. Would be helpful if they allow you to do that. I would definitely do that for sure. We do it at the farmers markets for sure. We have an informational sheet out there, but never been asked for it at a grocery store, or never thought about asking for it. So that might be a very good thing to do. Yeah, we do have some samplings coming up at the grocery stores that they're letting us come in and do some sampling. So we probably will definitely have it on the table at that point. But it's a very good point. Yeah. Daniel, do a consult. Mike and Jessica's house out of the bunch. I appreciate that, Daniel. And we do have some clips of them guys on our channel, 2 clips that we did with them. That consulting went a little longer, but we got some great information to them and helped them out, hopefully. Had a good time talking to them. It was a good conversation. But yeah, there's you can add a lot of stuff, and it's on the Seedleaf. It does tell you you're limited on stuff, but I've added more than what the limits have said, and I haven't had any issues. I don't know if he's unlocked more for me because we do promote his product a lot, but definitely don't have a problem with that. And we had put 4 harvest dates on that. I know they said they're limited to 3 or 2. Something like that, and we've had four harvest dates on it to see what it would do, and it allowed us. So it's a great program, and the reports are awesome in the back end. I won't show you them because I show my numbers, but you get a lot of reports back in the back end there. You can download them. He has it where you can download them to spreadsheets, so you can have them more readily available and look at them, sales and all that stuff. So great program. Really liking the Gaia greens for sure. I don't know if you checked out. We did do a video with the arugula, what the difference was on that. The broccoli one will be coming out later this week. We'll have that one out, and we got 7 or 8 different grows with it that we'll put out. And then at the end of that series, we are going to put out a sheet calculating whether we're going to go over if it's price-wise is good for you, which I think it is. Very good. And we're going to go over the calculation of the numbers so you can see what the numbers are and if the yield you're getting is worth the money of the Gaia green. But yeah, love the Gaia green. It's very good. Looks like there's no limits being enforced right now. Yeah, maybe that's it. They just are letting it fly and go. But I hope they don't take away from the multiple harvest dates. We definitely need them for farmers markets. Yeah. We will have 2 harvest dates when we do the farmers market because we'll be harvesting on Thursday, Friday for the weekend. Probably going to have to do it on Thursday because we probably do it on Friday. Our big planting days on Friday as well. So, but we probably can go ahead and harvest for the markets on the weekend on Friday because we might have a Sunday market as well. That's one still up in the air. I hope we get that one. They do that one still this year. Because we did very well at that market. So I hope they still do it. But it's not looking very promising. I think it's like 50-50 right now. But we do have 2 big ones on Saturday market where we split and go different directions. It's a great thing about having 2 people run the business and having our son coming on as an employee in mid-May. And then, so we can split up and do multiple markets. So. And he's actually going to start working. Mondays have been very busy days for us now. So he is going to start working on Mondays for us while he's still finishing up his other job until mid-May. So he will be helping labeling and cleaning dishes and cleaning up and all that stuff. So it's going to be very nice to have him. What else do we have tonight? We want to talk about our market garden and what we're doing there. Our chickens. We will have some videos coming out on our chickens. We're raising meat birds here in suburbia, and what we're doing to grow them in suburbia, because we can't do the normal chicken tractor thing. So we can talk about that. We will have videos coming out. So any ideas where to get a cheap microgreen banner for a canopy? Usually your local people, if you got a printing store or something like that, locally will be the best if you're going for that option. We kind of made our own. Well, Jessica made it. I didn't really do anything with it. It was her. Probably got some pictures of it because we just did a simple kind of menu board. Our first one was just a board, and then you print it out and put it on there. I'll see if we can show that to you. You've probably seen it in past videos, but we just made it, and it worked fine. It caught people's eyes when they walked by because it was on the sides of the tent, and they seen it. And we had no issues with getting that and everything else because we try to spend as least money as possible, keep more money in the business. So anything you can DIY if you're talented like that, definitely recommend. But yeah, it's probably either your local print shops will be the best price, most likely. And obviously support local if you can. But there are some online ones you probably can get cheap, but you can't see it until you get it. Is it going to be right? And then you can use Canva to create everything, which we use Canva to create all our stuff. Love Canva. There's free versions, but it's $14 for the paid version, which isn't bad. So yeah, getting in the way of the banner is always an issue for me as well. And then not being able to see through the banner if we hang it on the front. So just putting the signs on the side helps out a lot. Yep. Amazon. You definitely can go there for sure. Amazon's a good thing as well. I have affiliate links. If you're going to go to Amazon, just click on one of them. We appreciate it. Helps out a little bit. And if you click on any affiliate link for Amazon, you go through and buy something else, we still get affiliate money off of that. So, did you log in? Okay. So we still get affiliate money off that if you go and click something else for the 24 hours. So if you're going on Amazon buying something, we do appreciate the help. I did hit yes. Hey, Daniel, I know you guys had some storms down there. I was watching Ryan Hall, y'all, the weather guy on YouTube. Iowa was having them, and I think Texas was having some storms too. I'm assuming you guys are good down there. Blew past you. We get the joys of all them storms tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. And they'll be rolling through here. I think we're going to be on the northern end, so hopefully we don't get them too bad. But Iowa's getting it pretty bad right now. I haven't looked at Texas since I looked at that initially earlier. But you're here, so you guys should be good. Does somebody have any crops you're having problems with? Any problems with getting into markets? Are they telling you they're full? Or are you having problems with the government getting in the way? Daniel and Brittany got their stuff figured out down there in Texas of getting into their one market. So they can be challenging sometimes when they don't know what they're talking about. And you got to educate them a little bit, or get somebody else involved that is going to educate them for you. So far, so good. Good. Oh, there we go. Can't remove me, or you want to be able to hear me. But yeah, that's our setup. We had that board there. Can you still hear me? I don't know if you can hear me being bit. I think you guys can still hear me. But that's so we did that board right there along the side. That was our very first setup, I think. First weekend. That was our first weekend setup right there. We didn't know what we were doing yet. But yeah, when we made the stand, and she made the sign and had all the the information about what the greens were. Sign up sheet there with the product there to get home deliveries, and a little bit of trays to show off the product a little bit. So, and then the big cooler in the back, and our information sheets, and the green tablecloths, with everybody knows us to go to the green tablecloths. So we branded ourselves with that for the market. So thank you, Ricky. Appreciate that. Yes, green is the way to go. We're growing greens, right? So, oh, I think we got an up close view here coming in. Maybe. There we go. This is version 2. We split the sign in half, put one side on the other side. So that way we had signs catching people going both direction, walking down. So that's what that was. So we just kind of split the sign in two, but you can see a little bit closer of what it says. Just kind of hanged it out there. What did we put on the back side? I forget, to make it stay. Did we put anything back there? No, it was just a pretty sturdy board, and just tied it up with zip ties. It was foam board. This one was foam board, so it was a little sturdy. Got fancy with foam board. This not just some old wood set in the garage that we use. So, yeah. And then we just put sold out when stuff sells out, so we don't take it away. We did do a version where we were taking it away, but this way people can see what you have, and it creates that, hey, they're selling out arugula all the time. I want to come back early and make sure I get my arugula, or whatever it is. So this side was all our individuals, and the other side was all our mixes, is what we did. So we had that divided up. It worked pretty well. Daniel, I've been running into issues with the customers not being able to finish our greens in a week and wanted to do bi-weekly. Is it too much product or not enough information how to use it? It can be both. Depends on what size the family they are. I know you guys are doing 8 ounces, I believe, in yours. Technically, we should probably all be eating somewhere between 4 to 8 ounces of microgreens a day. So maybe educating them on how to use them. You can do that. We did recipes in the beginning when we had new customers. So we had a pamphlet that we stuck in there, how to use microgreens, and then a recipe that was attached to it as well. So we gave them some ideas. So if you can, on your next deliveries, give them a sheet on how to use microgreens, what to use them in. You can use the video we did earlier on how to use the microgreens, the 5 S's. Just a simple sheet of that written out of how to use them. And the 5 S's sometimes will just help them use them more. But I never tell a customer that I can't do bi-weekly. I know, like Donnie was adamant on that. If they don't do bi-weekly, I'm not doing them. Great for his business, but we're all trying to grow business. And now with Seedleaf, it does a bi-weekly. So you can just put it in bi-weekly, and it makes it easy and simple to deliver it. So if they want to go bi-weekly, no problem with that at all. I will go bi-weekly with them. I do charge them more on a bi-weekly order. So our sampler was $20. If they go bi-weekly, I tell them it's $25. And nobody's complained about that. They understand, and they paid the $25. So it kind of sets the cost. Instead of getting $80, I get $50 a month every 4 weeks. But it just helps it a little bit. The reason why we did it at $5 more, we try to sway them to get weekly with that. But if they want to go bi-weekly, they pay the extra. So that's what we did. But yeah, educating them how to use the products, give them some recipes, give them some information, do whatever you can, direct them to your website. We post Instagram. We tell them follow our Instagram. We post pictures of everything that we eat usually. If it's a new thing that she made, I don't get to eat it while it's hot, while she takes pictures of it. So someday I'll eat food hot again. But yeah, that's some tips. A lot of people don't know how to use them. If they're just not for salads. So trying to make sure they understand that. Been looking to email marketing and newsletter. Would you recommend tapping into that? Yeah, if you can send a newsletter to them, for sure. If you guys got the time to do a newsletter, it's another layer of business, another layer of thing to do. But if you get it set up and send a monthly newsletter out and put a recipe attached to that, that's great. We haven't gone down that road, but yeah, that's, if you can do it, I definitely recommend doing a newsletter. Yep, the BiWeekly feature is awesome in Seedleaf. Joshua, are you transplanting all your market garden crops? What crops line up for the season for the outdoor? Yes, we are. Everything radish and spinach. We're going to do planting. No transplanting on them. We were going to do radishes. It's just the main reason why I'm not doing radishes. I ran out of space to put radishes starting. Because we did a lot of herbs this year that we're going to try and sell at the markets, begin with, which are taking up a lot of space, and I just don't have the space for it. But beets and then beets and Salanova lettuce is what we're doing, and then we're all transplanted in blocks. I got a whole bunch of them sitting over there growing right now, and some out in the greenhouse, which are getting planted tomorrow in the ground. I'm actually a few days behind. So we're going to get them in the ground tomorrow. It's just been a busy time for us. So keep growing the business, which is a good thing. I'll take it. The microgreens come first because that's our main source of income. So whatever happens with them, that's first. And then the market garden is secondary. But yes, we'll be doing lettuce, beets, radishes, transplanting. Radishes and spinach will be direct sow. Dan, are you going to grow only a garden items to sell along with your micros? What would it be? Lettuce. I mean, that's what everybody wants to use them in. And then any other vegetables. Root vegetables are good to serve with them. We grow radishes and beets because they're complementary to our microgreens of radishes and beets. And it just kind of goes hand in hand in our view. So, but yeah, you can grow any root vegetables, lettuce, spinach, kale, carrots. Carrots went really good for us last year. We just don't have the space this year. The way we laid things out to do carrots, time-wise, they just take forever. You know, there's 70 days on carrots when I can do lettuce every 2 weeks. Once it's going, I can harvest it out every 2 weeks. So with the cut and come again. So your booth display, and welcome, Paula, by the way. Your booth display and signage is very visible and appealing. Thank you. Jessica thanks you. She's the one that did all that. Or, I'm sorry, she's in the background tonight, so she's the Oz. The great and powerful Oz. Dan's thinking about growing hydroponic kale from started kale microgreens. Yeah. Kale grows pretty good hydroponically. It's yeah. Check your varieties because the red Russian will get prickly if you grow red Russian kale. So you don't want to get that because people don't want to eat that one large, but some people do. Some people like it, but it looks pretty. So, but yeah, that's a good compliment. Do you have any tips on growing beet microgreens? Mine keep getting small leaves. Keep them weighted for a long time, 5 to 6 days minimum, maybe longer. It depends on the variety you got. Cover with vermiculite. Soak for 30 minutes. Soak for 30 minutes. I got a video we're going to do on this one on our next grow as well. And then it takes 21 to 28 days, depending on your grow environment. We actually, 14 days. These ones were ready in 14 days. We are doing the Detroit Red now over the Bull's Blood. And Bull's Blood took almost 28 days. Detroit Red is, 14 days was what the last ones were. So this is the second round we're doing with them. We'll see if it happens again. And then the third round I will do a video on. I got to do all the trials first. But that's my recommendations, quick recommendations on all that. So yeah. Do mass harvests for couple farmers markets at once. We are in 4 markets back to back. Yep. 4 markets back to back. So what days are them on? I'd be curious of that. You want to try and stay within your 48 hours. But as long as you have a really good cooler to keep them cold in, you'll be fine. Probably if you harvest in the 5th day. You're stretching it a little bit, but as long as you keep them really cold and airtight, you'll be fine. We do mass harvesting. We harvest on Monday for our Tuesday, Wednesday deliveries, and then we'll harvest again on Fridays for our weekend, Saturday, Sundays. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Them all morning ones or evening ones? I'm assuming the Wednesday, Thursday ones are evening ones, maybe. We do a Wednesday morning one, though, so... but I definitely would recommend doing 2 at once. And it all depends on your cooler space too. You got to make sure what you're harvesting is going to fit into your cooler. If you don't have enough room in your cooler, you can't harvest that much. So 2 at a time would probably be good. But yeah, make sure you, it's all got to work together. Like we are maxed out on the cooler we got right now. So we got our CoolBot on its way, hopefully. And we'll get that in and we'll get our walk-in cooler going so we have more room. But right now, our Monday harvest, we are completely maxed out. We had maybe 10 more spots, 5. I would say 5 more containers we could fit in there. I think we did almost 500 containers yesterday. It was a lot. So it's expanded. It's at its max right now. So we definitely need a bigger cooler. So they're all morning except Wednesday. So yeah, if you could harvest on Wednesday before you go to the market for all 4 of them, that'd be ideal, but I know that might be tough. Or maybe harvest on Tuesday for Wednesday, Thursday market, and then harvest Wednesday for your Friday, Saturday. Might be your Thursday time frame because you have time in the evening. Yeah, I would definitely recommend 2 at a time. You don't want to overload yourself, number one. You want to have space to keep them. But yeah, so two is a good, I would do 2 at a time. And then you'll probably have some carryover from them other markets to go into the next market. So then you can know what you need to harvest too. So they do have a separate fridge for them, but just want to keep them as fresh as possible. Yep. If you're following the correct harvest methods, they will last as long as you have a good cooler for them. Joshua, we've only tried Bull's Blood so far. I guess we'll have to try Detroit Red, maybe Rainbow Shard. Yeah, we went to Detroit Red because we couldn't get the Bull's Blood. And I'm liking the Detroit Red actually over the Bull's Blood at this point. They've been growing great, so I'm very, very happy with them. Yeah, the stem's still red, but it's more green at the top. But the stems are nice and red still, so that they're good. I love them. So far, so good on them. But yeah, when you start getting all the markets and doing stuff, you got to make sure that you have the fridge space, the rack space, the light space, the tray space, have enough trays. It all works kind of together. You got to have all the combination of that. So yeah, our Monday harvest is maxed out. So the next one we'll move to is Friday for the weekends for the farmers markets. But we'll also have the cooler because we need that for our lettuce and our market garden stuff as well, because we won't have any room to put anything else in that cooler. So Yeah, and we have an industrial cooler. I don't know if you guys seen it on our farm tour, but we do have an industrial fridge from a restaurant, so it's not a regular refrigerator or anything. So, but we can hold right around 500 containers in there, with some space for our personal microgreens that are left after we harvest on the bottom. So, do you try to keep percentage of your trays backed up, or do you have this the right number? You want to have triple of whatever you're growing. One, so you can expand your business. Two, so you can have rotations. You want to leave minimum double of what you're growing. So if you're growing 100 trays, minimum of 200 tray sets, minimum. I recommend having 300 tray sets. So if you have 100 in production and then you have 100 in germination, because you're going to overlap in germination and growing. So that wipes out you completely out. You have no more room. If you only have 200, you're growing 100 a week. You need 100 a week. So I recommend triple of what you need, and don't forget about having trays for the tops for the weights. So one tray, black tray for the top for the weights to go on. Well, we made that mistake in the beginning, so time to buy more trays. I'm with you. It's time for us to buy more trays as well. We get all our trays from Bootstrap, which we have an affiliate link as well in that. You guys can check that out down there. Love the Bootstrap. They do deep trays as well if you do deep trays, or they do use the shallow trays is what we use. They have them as well. And a lot of other stuff. Don't use their 5x5s if you're going to sell them as 5x5s. You'll go broke. Get true lease 5x5s. And what else? Veronica here. Any organization tips for big delivery days? We just stuff everything in a big cooler and look at our Seedleaf pick ticket. Using the Seedleaf pick ticket is amazing. I use that as well. And the nice check off, print it off, and then I check it off. We have most of our deliveries are grocery stores at this point. So we have bins we put them in. But then we bag it in individual ones and we put a label on top of them. And then we put them in the cooler. So if they got 4 items, 2 items, whatever, they go in a bag, a biodegradable bag. Container goes in there, and then we put a label over them with their name on it. And then we just know what the stops are, what names they are. You can label them as addresses or names or whatever you need to do. But yeah, just put a label on top of them. And then that way you just get in the cooler, look for the name or the address. Boom. Yep. Got that one. Go deliver it. So that's what we do for our individual customers and our restaurants. And the grocery stores get their own bin, obviously, because they got 50 to 100 items themselves. So, yeah, some of them are more than 100 now. Most of our grocery stores are over $300 a drop now. So yeah, we got some smaller ones still. We'll get them there. They take time to build when you get in, but so yep, just use a sheet. We use a label maker sheet. You got one of them? 30 per sheet, label maker sheet. You can just print out itty bitty microfarms on the top of it, and then you can write in the name or the address on it. Put that baby on that plastic bag, and then you know what you need to grab when you go in. That way, when you get to the stop, you're there for a few seconds. You're not fumbling around in the cooler looking for the products. In and out fast, make it efficient. That does give me a good idea to do a video on delivery days. How to deliver your microgreens. What? Yeah, we delivered almost 400 packages, right at 400 packages a day, and we got that all done in 3 hours. Efficient routing and then organizing, so you can just grab it out of the cooler. So. If anybody hasn't checked out yet, you can check out the Discord as well. It's Tiny Green server, but we go over there and talk on microgreens. We had a really long discussion last night while we were finishing up harvesting. Farmer Kyle was on there. Jim and Red Dawn. I was trying to think of his real name, but he's Red Dawn on there. Was over there. We had a great conversation, and we were packing. Didn't realize what time it was until he said what time it was his, and I was like, we had a late night. But it was a great conversation. It talks microgreens and other things usually as the conversation goes along. So you can join that Discord. It's a pretty good thing. Yes, goals. Make sure you all are setting goals. I have my goal sheets over on that whiteboard of how many restaurants I want and how many grocery stores I want every month, and building. Our goal, I'll just let you guys know, our goal by the end of 2022 is to have $15,000 a month of business. We are right around 10,000 right now. 5,000 more shouldn't be a problem. I'm hopefully going to blow through that, but I want to set realistic goals as well. But I really would love to be at 20. I would love to double the business by the end of the year. And if we get this one big grocery store chain, we will double it within a few months. So definitely going to be a great year for us. Welcome, John. Do you harvest right into containers, or put them in containers later? No, we all of our individual ones we harvest straight off the tray into the container. Now the mixes we have to do separately, obviously, because we need to mix them or layer them more so is what we do. So we will, like, I'll just say peas. I'll harvest the peas, fill the container, whatever I need, weigh it out, 2 ounces, how many containers I need of them. And then I just need peas for our mixes. So then I just harvest the peas, chop them up, put them in a bin by weight, how much I need. And then I do the same thing with sunflowers. I package them. And then we'll do the same thing with broccoli, whatever. But all the individuals go straight in the package. The mixes have to go in a bin, and then you put together at the end after we do all the individuals. I hope that made sense to you. Joshua, wow, 300 packs. How long does it take to harvest? Me and her combined and taking a lunch in there takes about 7 hours normally. But it was 500 yesterday, so it was a little bit longer. I would say we probably worked in combined hours was probably about 16 hours yesterday, so 8 hours a piece. Not too bad, but that's on our only harvest day right now. So we harvest on Monday, we deliver Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we're just watering the rest of the week and planting on Friday. And planting only takes 2.5, 3 hours. The biggest thing I have to wait on planting for is for the sunflowers to soak. So I have to get up early in the morning, get the sunflowers soaked because they're a 4-hour soak, and then have breakfast and everything else, and then go start planting. And by that time, near the end of that planting, sunflowers are ready to come out and we plant them. So thank you, Paula. Congrats on hiring your first employee. I believe you will be hiring more in time. That is the goal for sure. Definitely want to do that. And I appreciate the encouragement on that, Paula. Thank you. Ricky, I'm slow at harvesting. I started very slow. I was very slow at harvesting. Some of the older things we were doing and when we were harvesting and stuff is way different than what we were doing now. So we all start slow. It takes time to get comfortable with cutting with a knife if you haven't done it. We were lucky. We were in restaurants for the majority of our life. So we're comfortable with knives, but it definitely can take some time. I do recommend a knife. Do not use scissors. And you will get faster as you go along with anything. The more repetition you get, you'll get better at it and faster at it. It will happen. We are growing over 100 trays a week right now. She harvests probably 2/3 of them. Probably close to the same because the peas and sunflower are big amounts. So it's probably in tray counts about that much. She does more of the more varieties, but the tray count's about the same. So, harvesting 50 to 60 trays myself every week, you get faster. I mean, that's, what is that? 2,500, 3,000 trays a year each. So Jessica did not put a poll up tonight. What kind of poll would you like, Paula, or anybody else? What's your ideas on that? We'll put one up. Kind of forgot about that. I'll be honest with you. Today we had some other things we had to do, and we got busy. She forgot to schedule this live on Friday, which we normally do. But so we had to get home and schedule this live and get everything set up for it. So kind of forgot about the poll. I do apologize. It was a busy, crazy time. So daughter's in track right now. So she's running around and got multiple track meets every week. We're trying to make sure we get to. So it's a lot. But yeah, you'll get faster at harvesting as you do it. No problem. Take your time at first and make sure you're harvesting correctly and getting them all out. She's got a new method she's doing, which I'm going to show on something. She harvests a tray really fast now. She's really fast at it. I do peas and sunflowers. They take more time. Obviously, sunflowers are sunflowers, and they take forever. They're the first thing I do every harvest. Get them done, get them out of the way. So, Joshua, do you wash your sunnies? Mine always have Pro Mix dust on them. Are you putting a layer of Pro Mix on top of them when you seed them? We do not do that. So ours is pretty clean. We do top water them day 4 through 9 to get the seed hulls off as much as we can. So that also helps getting debris off. But no, I do not wash them afterwards. I'm harvesting them dry, putting them right into packages. Once, from my understanding, once you harvest them and you wash them, you've now done a processing. So now you've done a process, and it's a processing, and then that actually falls underneath the health department, and I do not want to fall underneath the health department. So I stay away from that. And I know it's kind of a gray area. You probably could get away with it without a health department even knowing you're doing it, but I don't want to even attempt it or get into that. And I just go through and sort the seed hulls off. You're going to have to do that anyway. And no, we don't put dirt on top of them, so we don't have any issues with the dirt. Some states allow washing. Yeah, check with your local. Yeah, check with your health department, ag department, whatever. But here it would be a process for us. So it would be clear processing, and I don't want to get into that at all. And just the way we harvest and put them in packages, and the time frame to let them all dry, get them dry afterwards, get them dry in a timely manner before they wilt. It's just another layer that I don't want to do. If you're harvesting them dry, you're good. Package them. I'd like to know your average weight per tray variety. That sheet will be available in our business coaching course. I will have all that, what our average weight is, where I will have a whole sheet of all the varieties that we do, seed density, weights, yield on them, everything. And I know you will get that, Ricky. Future harvesting video. I would love to see your techniques and learn over time. Yep, definitely. Definitely will get that. All right. Any last minute questions or comments or anything anybody wants to go over with? If not, so doing a poll, and what is it? How much microgreens do you eat each week? And it is, what's the options? 1 to 4 ounces. 4 to 8. 8 ounces or more. Any guesses of what I am at? Yes, Ricky, that's going to be that in depth. Yes, for sure. We'll have all that stuff in that course. And the poll is up. So you guys can take a look at that as soon as it's up. You can go ahead and cast your vote. Okay, I don't see it on my end. I don't see it. So go ahead and vote. Ah, now I see it. I got it now. Got 6 votes in. 17 of you watching, go ahead and cast your vote. So far, so good. Congratulations to everybody eating 8+ ounces. What we should be eating. Maybe a day. Definitely working microgreens into your daily lifestyle. For sure. Yeah, and 1 dish for our family of 6. She puts a half a tray of probably broccoli or kale or something in there as half a tray, which is roughly 4 to 5 ounces. So definitely. All right, give it just a few more seconds here. Get your votes in. And then we're going to end that poll. Yes, more goals. Eat more microgreens. Speaking of eating more microgreens, as soon as this is done, I'm going to go eat some microgreens and dinner. And we do appreciate everybody joining tonight. The chat, whether you were lurking in the background or you were out talking and asking questions, we appreciate all of you. Make sure you share our channel with anybody else who you think would be beneficial of it. We're on our way to 1,000, just slightly over 700 right now. And if you have any suggestions of any videos you guys would like, please let us know, and we will see if we can make them happen for you. Our goal here is to teach you and make the best microgreens community and growers out there. And you can check out our business course as well, which is right here. You can check out that business course, which is sponsor of today. Is Itty Bitty Microgreen Coaching. The link is in the chat. It's in our descriptions. You can check that out. Again, get your price locked in at that special price of $19.95 a month or $179.95 a year. And that course will go live on May 1st, the first videos, and then 2 videos a month with a live Q&A and a lot of extra stuff in there. Grow charts, all that stuff. So a lot of extra stuff in there. So thank you all. We're going to go ahead and post the poll results now. And in that poll, thank you guys all for joining tonight. And pretty close. All right, looks like 48 ounces won with 50% of the vote. 8+ ounces with 38%. And only 12% 1 to 4. And good job, nobody's saying none. If you're on here, you should be eating microgreens for sure. So thank you guys all. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Check out our other videos. The broccoli with the Gaia Green will be out later this week for sure. And of course, we'll be here live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.